HRC Federal Club member, and it is an honor to be speaking to you this evening at this beautiful celebration of the continuing fight for LGBT equality in our country. Tonight, I'm here to ask you to increase your giving to HRC by joining the Federal Club. But before I do that, let me tell you a little bit more about my story. I was born and raised in this beautiful city. My father and his two brothers were very close, and we would all gather together at holidays, as families do. The oldest brother, my Uncle Ken, he was part of a couple, Uncle Ken and Uncle Daryl. Yes, they were a couple, and they both attended every important family event. My siblings and I never knew anything different. It was just part of what our family looked like. I really didn't even think about it at all until I was a teenager. When I finally asked my father to explain Ken and Daryl's relationship to me, he simply said that it was like they were married, just like him and my mom. That was actually the only time it was ever talked about, and it was never mentioned when the family gathered together. It just was. When I was about 20 years old, as our family gathered again on a Christmas Eve for the holidays, I found myself happily sitting in a quiet corner chatting with my Uncle Daryl. Daryl loved movies. And he always wanted to know what movies I'd seen recently and which ones I particularly enjoyed. I told him that I had just seen The Year of Living Dangerously. And I'm dating myself, I know. And that I also added that I thought that Mel Gibson was really cute. I know he got a little crazy later, but let's be honest, the guy was eye candy in his day. Well, Daryl smiled broadly, and he leaned forward and said quietly but very enthusiastically, "I know, he's really cute." Well, this was very exciting. This was the first time he had ever basically hinted at or communicated to me he was gay. He then said, "You know that me and your uncle are a couple, right?" Of course, I'm 20, I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm totally down with that, I know." He then leaned in, and in his very quiet, sweet voice, he actually was kind of whispering, he said, "Laura, I want you to know that I love your Uncle Ken more than my own life. He means everything to me, and I hope that someday you will find somebody you feel that way about, and that they feel that way about you." At that moment, his eyes traveled across the room to my father and my uncles. They were way out of earshot and could not have heard any of our conversation. What happened next changed my life from that day forward. Daryl looked at Ken, and Ken looked back at Daryl. And they shared a brief, knowing smile. It was like they were reading each other's minds and each other's hearts through the connection of their souls. How could anyone judge their deep connection as lesser or wrong? They had something that many people will never have, gay or straight. I was changed forever in that moment. Little did Daryl or I know that he was preparing me to be the best parent that I could be when our son Reed came out to us a few years ago. Reed had experienced bullying in his elementary school as a non-athletic boy who loved computers and singing and Pokemon. All we wanted for him was to be accepted and embraced widely for exactly who he is. I had questions on how to best do this, and I needed support. I went to a PFLAG meeting. They were wonderfully welcoming. They asked me to introduce myself to the group. I said that I was a mom of a gay teenage son, and I was wondering if I could get advice on a couple of things. First, how to best promote anti-bullying programs in his school. And second, how did they handle sleepovers? They were so nice but a bit flummoxed, and they said, well, actually no one's ever asked us that question before. They said, in fact, sadly, a lot of parents come here the first couple of meetings and they're crying and kind of in crisis. And I said, no, we are good. We are happy, we are thrilled. We're there. fight for my gay son to have the same rights in this country.
Woo! Nice pose. Worked it.
I wanted him to have the same rights as my straight daughters. I want 3 weddings, darn it. That's when I found HRC. HRC actually allowed me to introduce an anti-LGBT anti-bully, excuse me, program
Nice
with an LGBT component called Welcoming Schools at Reed's Old Elementary School. It's a place I never thought I would walk back into after having Reed bullied there and asking for support that we never got. Now, I was offering solutions. HRC made that happen. And that's why I'm standing before you all tonight. Now, HRC needs your help. That's why I'm asking you to join the Federal Club or Federal Club Council to help HRC continue to fight on all fronts and to continue to make change happen. First, may I ask all Federal Club and Federal Club Council members to please stand and be recognized. Please stand.
Yeah, buddy.
Federal Club is very important long-term investment to support the fight for equality and starts at $100 a month. To those of you who are already Federal Club members, thank you for your continued support. We hope you will please consider increasing your Federal Club giving by an extra $25, $50, or $100 more a month. For those of you who can afford a larger investment, I hope you will consider becoming a major donor this evening. Starting at $5,000 a year and up, your gift is tax deductible and supports HRC's groundbreaking foundation programs. If you work for a company that matches charitable gifts, your personal gift of $2,500 can be matched for a total gift of $5,000 and put you at the Federal Club Council level. Simply mark your pledge card with the words, matching gift. There is a pen and a pledge card at every place setting. I want to ask each of you to pick up that pledge card right now and your pen. Come on, let's see those cards. Wave them proudly.
Woo!
Thank you. You just heard Chad talk about HRC's accomplishments and the important initiatives underway. All of this work simply would not be possible without the support from our Federal Club members. In a moment, volunteers will begin circulating to collect your completed pledge cards. Please join the Federal Club tonight. Increase your support, become a major donor, or make a one-time gift. Please fill out that card and make as large a contribution as you can this evening, and help us meet the fundraising challenge today. I like to think as I'm standing here that my Uncle Ken and my Uncle Daryl, who are no longer with us, are looking down right now. And I want to say to Uncle Daryl, thank you for the gift you gave me all those Christmas Eves ago. It is in their honor that I request and ask and beseech of you to please give tonight. Fill out your card, make a donation. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful evening. Fill out that card, please.